Hey, Alton.
Yeah, bud.
What are we doing? What do you got me doing here?
Well, what we're going to do right here today, as soon as this road clears, there's no traffic coming, we're going to do a rideabout.
What's a rideabout? Never heard that.
Never heard of rideabout?
No.
Well, you kind of like a walkabout, but you don't have to walk.
So what is our what are we doing, man?
Well, you know, Avery County, not many people know about Avery County, and here we are. We live here. It's a wonderful place, and we want to share that experience with everybody that we can. So that's what the rideabout is all about.
Buddy, we know about Avery County, North Carolina.
We do.
Yes, we do.
Well, let me ask you this.
Ask away.
How many people you know has done a rideabout in Avery County?
Before I knew it was called a rideabout, I've done that. And you know what? I know some hollers. I know some roads. You know.
Wait a minute now. You did a rideabout without me?
Well, I didn't
And
know.
Did you have your camera?
It was before I knew you.
Well, then that's not a rideabout, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is my first time.
Okay.
All right. I'm a virgin.
A virgin.
Well, no longer.
Okay.
I'm a rideabout ex-virgin.
So part of a rideabout is probably showing the people where we're going.
Well, we are in this gated community called Land Harbor.
Without any gates.
Well, I used to have a gate. It was given birth as a RV camper place, and now we have real homes and with some high-end homes. In fact, there's a couple $1 million homes here, so that's where we are, Buster.
Oh, in this gated community that doesn't have a gate?
Yeah.
Okay. You got a lot of editing to do, brother.
It's good to see you. Long time.
Yeah. And this is Alton.
Hey,
I'm Aaron. Nice
Alton
to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Yep. Come on.
Yeah. We're starting a YouTube channel,
Okay.
and it's about the culture in high country.
Yeah.
So, but you were always interested in brewing.
Of course, yes. At that time, when I made the move out here in 2009, I was a home brewer. Living in Chapel Hill, working at UNC at the time. I'd been a home brewer since 2000 when I was in college, and I found out that you could get all the ingredients you need to make beer, and you didn't have to be 21 to do it.
Sweet.
There's a loophole in the system.
So now you are the brewmaster at
Beech Mountain Brewing Company up here at the ski resort.
Yeah.
So technically, I do not call myself a brewmaster. I'm just a brewer. In order to have the title of brewmaster, one of two variables need to be met. One, you need to have an advanced degree in microbiology, fermentation sciences, something like chemistry, something along those lines to become a master brewer. Or you work at the same facility for over 20 years. I don't know that I'll ever fulfill that second requirement, but App State Fermentation Sciences program up there just down the road is a phenomenal program, and one that we actually employ a lot of different interns from there almost every single summer. I'm looking forward to doing that again this summer. So I think it might have just been a pale ale or something.
Okay.
So after about 4 weeks or so, or after a couple weeks, we bottled it, and then like 4 weeks later, we opened it up and tried it, and to our surprise, it tastes pretty good.
Okay.
And it was at that moment I realized this is a thing. That we could do this.
Yeah.
Up until that moment when we tried the first one, we didn't know what we were in for.
So you said 4 weeks later. So, okay.
Yep.
It's not an instant thing. You don't say, hey, buddies, come on, we're going to make some beer, and you don't do that.
That's right. Yeah.
Or you might, but you're not going to drink it.
And I kind of like to add something. Back when we were at Sugar Mountain in the ski school, you would bring kegs, mini kegs, to the parties we would have. I mean, you were famous for that.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna go to
growlers and everything else.
We're gonna go to that. Well, Aaron's gonna be there. We're going.
There's gonna be free beer there.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so immediately upon, I shouldn't say immediately, but pretty soon thereafter, it was my birthday, and my parents asked me what I wanted for my birthday. And I was like, you know what I want? I want a gift certificate to Homebrew Supply Store.
Okay.
So get back to your previous question.
These are not batches.
No, very much so. No.
We're in North Carolina, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we got them around every corner.
Yeah. So this is Iowa.
Yeah.
So we're not bashful about that. We sell liquor in grocery stores there.
Okay, all right.
And so they got me a gift certificate. So like I asked earlier, these are ingredients and stuff that you can purchase at the grocery store. There's specific homebrew supply shops, and this is all they do is they sell homebrew supply equipment.
Can you take us through what you do to brew beer, or is that a secret that you'd want to?
No, absolutely.
Okay, could you show us what
Yeah.
you do?
Yeah, I can walk you through the steps.
Yeah,
if you like.
yes, absolutely.
All right, and if you stand here, I can show you.
Yep, okay.
All right. So currently, as the season is closed, we're done with our winter season up here on Beech, although you wouldn't know it if you looked outside the windows with all the snow around. We're done brewing for the season, so that's why all these are all open, everything's cleaned, I believe heavily. Cleanliness is next to godliness. It's very important in the brewing process.
You're doing a good job, but I'm a little bit disturbed about the handcuffs up here.
Yeah. So we use tri-clover fittings, and these are our clamps and gaskets that we use to secure everything.
They're not handcuffs.
They are
I don't
not.
have anything to worry
It'd be a
about.
little tricky. You have to have some pretty dainty wrists in order for those to work.
Well, he does, so
Yeah.
I
we're
am
good.
wanted, you know.
Yeah. So this is our brew house. This is the start of the process. We have all of our grain over in our grain room. And Jason, if you turn around, I'll show you. So this is our mill. So this is where we will put all of our bags of grain in the top. That crushes up the malt. At which time the auger inside the white PVC will bring it around and dumps it inside of our mash tun. So inside.
Is this 24 hours a day?
No. So
Okay.
it's roughly 7 hours for a brew day from setup to cleanup.
Okay.
And so all this goes in, all of our grain, malt, will go into our mash tun with our hot water. And every recipe is different. So it just depends on what beer we're making that day as to what malt we use, what temperature water we use, how long of duration it sits in there. But once it is done in the mash tun, we'll then pump it over to our boil kettle. And our boil kettle is where we'll then boil it for roughly 60 minutes, but it depends on style of beer.
Where's the bowl? Where's that at?
So this is right here.
There's the
boil
big
kettle.
ones there.
Yep.
Okay.
So it goes from the mash tun to the boil kettle. And this third vessel here in the back is our hot liquor tank. So that just holds hot water.
So mash, whichever you say,
Yeah, mash.
it can kind of do a little thing on that process.
Okay.
Because it's starting out as corn.
Yep. So although flake corn is an ingredient in some beer production, we don't use any of that in ours because our lagers, our premium American lagers, 100% barley recipe.
Barley, okay.
So we use barley in our beers. And so depending on what we're making, we might use some specialty grains in that as well. So it's pretty much all barley, but there are some adjuncts like oats and wheats and other things that we use in different beers. But that will all go in a different, I tend to generate recipes from back to front, reverse. So I will have an idea of the beer that I want to produce. What I am tasting in that glass, on my palate. All right, so now I want to create that beer. So now I reverse engineer that recipe and put it together. And then once I have my malt bill put together, specialty grains, base malts, then I'll work on what I'm going to use as far as hops go. Hops are one of the other key ingredients. So there's water, barley, hops, and yeast.
So for our viewers, you're gonna let us see something. You got something we can see. We don't have to do it right now. But,
Beer?
barley.
I have bags of it over here.
He puts barley in roast beef. Did you know that?
In what?
Roast beef.
I did not know that.
It's
Sounds-
good.
it sounds delicious.
It is good.
I love barley.
It is good.
Yeah.
But I've never seen a barley, if I
Yep.
can put it that way.
Yep.
And so some of our viewers may not have seen a barley.
Yep.
And
So-
you can show us that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can grab some right now and bring it right over.
Yeah.
So although this is Vienna, this is a good idea of the color and consistency that most barley has through the process. So this is one idea of barley. This is a fairly lightly kilned barley, and then it gets darker from here.
Okay.
It's a small operation, and I can have eyes on every process and every step along the way.
That's what the windows are for.
Yeah, well, so these will all be closed when we're actually fermenting beer in there.
Oh, you can't see in there.
We cannot see in there, but there's
Okay.
other ways that we can sample the product. When we bring it out, we'll be testing it, analyzing it for gravity, pH, temperature, several other different variables. However, one of the great things about this brewery is one, it's located at a ski resort, which is another passion of mine. But also, like Ryan Costin, who's the general manager here, understands that I'm very particular about everything that we do here and the quality of the product that we produce. And so he pretty much gives me a long leash to be able to do what I want to do here as far as being creative. As long as I'm keeping up with demand, production, capacity, everything else like that, I pretty much have a blank slate to be able to be creative, which is one of the important aspects of this industry. And that is always being creative, always coming up with new beers, making sure you're keeping up with the times, new trends, things like that. And it's pretty nice to be able to have some autonomy here to be able to do what I want. And just like anything else, usually when you have somebody that really loves what they do and are passionate about it, they're going to put in the hours and they're going to work hard in order to make sure that that product is of the utmost quality. And if that's the case, then you just need to find those other individuals who do the same, and then it's easy. I don't think Ryan really has to worry too much about what happens here in this brewery, because he knows that we will have a consistent product that's of the highest quality that will then lead people coming back here time after time again. They're coming here for many other reasons other than the beer, but if we just get those few percentage of people that just come up here, just to come back up here and try new beers, because we will have new beers in the summertime versus what we have in the wintertime, and things like that, and then that will drive visitation, and then of course then that drives revenue dollars.
Okay,
so we actually won a fairly prestigious award with our beer.
Oh, the brewery.
And it was just one award, a GABF award. But what we do is we do that like, oh, well, you won an award for brewing. Didn't you just win a bunch of awards for the least creating team? I'm like, yeah, actually, we just got back from nationals.
Oh. And what kind of team is this? I'm sorry. I know you're a.
Yeah, we'll just go.
It has to do with skiing and
snowboard team.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you a coach there?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Okay.
Yeah, right. So here at the brewery, so we produce beer for sale here on the property. We don't distribute our beer anywhere else. During the wintertime, we actually don't have the production capacity to keep up demand. So we start with X amount of kegs of beer and all of our fermenters full, and by the end of the season, even though we're still brewing nonstop as much as we possibly can, we still cannot keep up with the demand because of how many people are coming through this property. So we start with X number of beer, and we just slowly dwindle to where we started the season with almost 800 kegs of beer and all the fermenters filled. We are currently sitting at less than 100 kegs of beer right now.
So the shelf life of a keg of beer is how long?
Depending on the style of beer, but typically 3 months.
3 months.
Ooh.
Okay, so you got that built into, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And so
Your
we
flow.
were fortunate enough this past fall. Ryan Costin, the general manager here, allowed me to submit a few of our beers to GABF, which is the Great American Beer Festival. And we were able to submit, I could send in about 5 different styles, and one of them, our Red Baron Vienna Lager, earned bronze medal. It was the 3rd best Vienna Lager in America.
Okay.
In America.
And it's it's the largest, most prestigious beer festivals in the nation, and it's put on by the Brewers Association, of which every brewer should be a member. And we were pretty proud of that. And so we brewed several more batches of that than we normally would for this last winter season. The season before, we went through 1 batch of it. This year, I think we brewed 4 batches of it and sold almost every single keg of it. Yes.
So you said they have concerts here?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit briefly about that.
All right.
It's pretty cool, by the way. Go ahead.
So we have our winter concert music series here, which is pretty much all located next door at the tap room and grill. There's an indoor stage, and there's 500 plus odd people there.
Wow.
Maybe they're not all odd, but there's 500 people or so. It's all indoors, and we open up the upstairs for that. And so there's a mezzanine level, and everybody can enjoy the shows there. They're pretty much every single weekend throughout the winter season. And then the whole resort, like most resorts, will close down for a couple months while we switch over to our summer activities, mountain biking, disc golf, and also our summer concert music series that's coming up this summer. So we'll have 4 shows, and those are a little bit larger. So those, we have a big stage that gets trucked in. It's a whole professional production environment. I think we sell, it's thousands of tickets, like 5,000 tickets per show. It's outdoors. And it's a really cool venue because everybody is outdoor seating up the grass slope, freestyle slope, so you're actually sitting on the ski slope, but it's summertime, so it's grass.
Okay.
And so it's like an amphitheater.
It is very much like an amphitheater. And while you're sitting there, and that's one of the neat environments about just being here, working here, while we're setting up that show, there's people on mountain bikes going down through the course around you. You're here in the band doing sound checks and everything. We're setting up all the food and beverage and everything for the show. And in a matter of minutes after that, there'll be thousands of people in line waiting to spill into the doors, and it just goes from, just a handful of people on the resort property to thousands instantly.
Aaron,
It's been a pleasure, brother.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming by.
We gotta go more sooner than every 8 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for your time. Okay?
You bet. Hopefully see you this summer, and next winter we're making some turns together.
That's it. We'll see.
You bet.
Great meeting you.
Thank you, Al. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Well, that's the way it is in the rural countryside. It's no different down east than it is up here in the mountains. And it doesn't matter whether you're a Yankee or not, that you just get treated that way when they don't know who you are. There's a lot of suspiciousness that goes on. Now, I am from North Carolina, as you know, and lived here all my life. But I was treated that way when I worked for Ford, a tree company. Only they cut trees, they didn't grow trees. And my name is Alton, and they preferred to call me Alfred. I don't know why, but that's what they decided to do. And they, I don't want to disparage anybody, but if you cut trees for the living, you're not a PhD. Let's be nice about it and put it that way. And
Not the brightest bulb on the block.
So they constantly had math problems they couldn't figure out. So this is what got me into their good gracious, as being able to do math quickly in my head. So one of the workers comes to me one day and he says, "Alfred, I think they cheated me in my pay." They always thought that, but this particular day, he thought he would double check with me. So I said, "Well, okay, what? Why do you think that?" He said, "Well, this times this and that, and I can't really figure it out. And so, okay, I'll see if I can help you." So he tells me how many hours he works. And back in those days, it was simple. You worked 40. We were making about $1.50 an hour. No big deal. So I look at him, I say, "You should have got $60. Well, he almost goes into shock. In fact, he tells me, "You can't do that. You can't do that like that. You didn't even write anything down." That's what he said to me. So, all right. So I said, "Okay, here's what I'll do." So it's kind of a dirt spot right there where we had the equipment where we were standing. And so I saw a stick laying on the ground. So I went over there and got the stick, and I did like you did in like the 5th grade.
In the dirt.
In the dirt. Wrote it down so he could see it, and showed him. Okay, this is $60. You see my work. Remember when they used to tell you that in school, show your work?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I showed him my work. And he looked at it. Now, it just so happened, all this was happening on Friday. So he looks at me and he says, all sincerely, I'm being honest here, he says, "I'll work on this over the weekend and let you know Monday whether you're right or not."
Don't strain yourself, brother.